Go, let's warm up. Turn our neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stretch your neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your shoulders, lift them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Besides rolling them forward or back, lift them up and roll them. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do a good job. Expand your chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm modifying it. Interlock your fingers. Do a good job. Waist exercise. 2, 3. Hey, Kay, do it the regular way. I have a problem. 5. I was modifying myself, not for you guys. 9, 10. Airplane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 3 people still don't understand what I'm doing. Use your whole body to do it. I just have an injury here, so I'm not moving it. Okay, Elsie, Amy, and somebody else. Okay, touch toe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your waist, turn your hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
7, 8, 9, 10. The other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kick your foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kick out. Up. Huh? Oh, sorry. Okay, what are we doing now? Kick your butt. That's good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, Heisman. Parallel feet. Okay, here we go. Cross, down on one knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Up, cross, down on the other knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Up, cross, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up, cross, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now for golden cockerel. Here we go. Shift weight, center, up, down. 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 Remember, when you do this, yin and yang, up and down, up and down. You're putting as much energy this way as this way to help keep yourself centered. Just as we center when we come up, this helps you center in another way. You're going, energy going up, energy going down, and you stay in the midline, okay? Same thing with the kicking, okay? Shift weight, center, up and out. You use the centering power of going out. Lift, out. So you should be able to eventually get out and just stand here almost. If you have enough strength, you can stand here. Because you're centered here, you're centered here, okay? There we go. Shift, center, up and out, down. Shift, center, up and out, yeah? Shift, center, up and out, okay? Let's do our twist step. T-step, L, out. Twist step, sit back, hold your ball, T, out, bow. Sit back, twist, T-step, L, bow. Twist step, T-step, L, bow step. Sit back, twist step, T-step, L, and bow. Twist step, T-step, L, and bow. Remember, shift your weight first, then turn. Shift your weight, then turn. Shift your weight, advance. Shift your weight, turn. Shift your weight, turn, advance. So you make sure that you get your energy onto one limb, substantial here, insubstantial there, out, shift your weight, and then advance. Sit back, make that substantial, then you can turn, sit back, then you can turn, then back out again. Okay?
When you're on a bow stance, when you want to get to a bow stance, you're on a T, you're on an L. This is a crucial area, and you know that. A lot of people are just coming out here, getting very near to their back foot. So you want to clean that up, but you don't want to clean it up so that you're out of balance. You want to come to a nice area where it's clearly away from the 2 feet. You want a good distance. You don't want a narrow distance, okay? Second thing, when you are in good Tai Chi posture, the silk silver thread is holding you erect, But once you start to move and you're in a good L, this is what I see. Not so good. You can fall. So why are you taking Tai Chi lessons? Because you do not want to fall. Your silk silver thread is still holding you erect rather than something like this. Another, attached to what I just showed you in poor posture, this is what's happening, and I can't believe it's happening because the very ones I see doing it are the ones that have the higher risk of falling, okay? So perk up your ears. This is what I'm seeing. Out and to the side, poor Tai Chi posture, but the foot comes up. You have no good balance here. You're apt to fall. So even though, okay, even though you need to make the adjustment in the back foot, every single time that I'm moving it, it's on the ground, making that adjustment to 45 degrees. Just because you know that this back foot needs to get to a 45, you're lifting it up to make it pivot on the sole of your foot, which is not good. So you need to try to make sure that you have it down flat and have it down so that you're always in good Tai Chi posture and not favoring the front. Okay? Okay, so you want to lay the firmest and safest groundwork you can so you can learn more complicated movements. Okay? All right. Let's do the Tai Chi walk. Push back. When we do Tai Chi walk now, here again, we're addressing proper alignment. Okay, alignment is so important. If our alignment is off, then we're going to get repercussions and we're going to learn wrong. So if in case something happens where it's risky, we may incorporate the wrong thing. Okay, here we go. Hands at your waist. Good Tai Chi posture. Out. Address hips and waist. L. Energy up and across. Stretch. Sit back all the way. Pivot out. Align. Heel, open the knees, rotate, stretch out that back knee. Sit back and don't look at your feet. Look way out in the distance, but listen to my voice. Think about what you're doing, what your muscles are doing, how you're moving. Making sure that you're addressed and talking to yourself and saying, are my knees in line with my toe? Is my back leg stretched out? Am I giving a sit back really far back and not just half done? Think about where your energy is, how you're better making that energy work for you. And this is part of Tai Chi because you know all so well about your own body, how you're moving, how you're getting stronger. And through this concentration, you're getting stress-free. And at the same time, building our muscle strength. Now we're getting ready to hold our ball in the next. Sit back. Hold your ball. Heel and hands move at the same time, out and to the side. Good flexing of our wrist, serving our snack to someone a little taller and way out there. But not outreached arms. Our elbow is still curved. Making sure that right hand is sitting to the side of our seam of our pants and our right foot, knees are straight. Half foot, half step. Rotate to the left, spin it. Sit on the back foot, up, then sit, white crane. Drop your front foot, don't go ahead, bisect. Look back. Ear, heel, hand, multitask. Catch that ball in the center without reaching for it. Sit back, twist, look at the backhand. Ear, heel, hand, brush your knee. Making sure that right hand is to the side of our body, not in the front. Out. ear, heel, hand. Turn your face. Look way out into infinity. Half step. Sit back on the back foot. Rock the front foot. Is your glute in good position? Is your right hand across from the crux of your left hand, the bend of your left hand? Center, open without moving too much of your torso back. Balance, ear, heel, toe. Pivot to the middle. Repulse one. Center open. Lift, ear, toe, heel. Middle. Repulse two. Center open. Lift, ear, toe, heel. Repulse three. Make sure that back foot is out away from the path of our front foot. Sit back all the way. Before you pivot, hold your ball. Out and to the side. Make sure you have good clearance. You have lots of time to get that good clearance. Grasp the bird's tail. Gracefully down. Look back at it. Then contact and square your hips and waist before you push out. Roll back, all the way back. Then roll up and forward. So you're exaggerating by elongating your thing. Twist. Right hand on the bottom tee. Out and to the side, clearly out and to the side and ward off. Then flip and meet. Gracefully, making sure you're in good Tai Chi posture. Then square first, then contact push. Separate, roll back, roll forward. Now just hold on, look at your feet. You can only sit back if you think you have good Tai Chi posture. If your feet are too close to each other, get them separated. Sit back, twist step, cup, T-step, cup, hook the backhand, look at it, step out, single whip. Drop, cup, parameter one, cloud hands. Are you using your toes to move, not your heel? Toes and sole. Are you twisting at your torso to get out to 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock? Make that big face of the clock a little bit bigger. Hook and look, and then step out with clearance. Second single whip. Half step. Oh, I was doing 16, sorry. Half step, sit back, pat your horse. Up the mane, cross. Now step on your heel as you turn both palms down. One concerted movement, up as you cross and then kick. In, away from the back foot, heel down. Fist your hands, look through it. Sit back all the way by moving the whole torso back, then twisting. Left hand up, out, in, hook, split, drop, halfway, veer to the left, set, up, golden cockerel. Down, spin, hook, twist, drop, pivot, set, up, golden cockerel, extend the knee, way out, hold your ball, heel out, hand out, maiden on her right. Remember what we were taught, no hands, just twisting of the torso out, hold your ball, heel out, use your body to make maiden on her left, half step to the back, but not behind that foot. Set up the right hand, bend, needle, up, 1, 2 hands, then your foot, extend the knee, heel out, start in the middle, equidistance away. Sit back, twist, one fist up, heel down to deflect, pull it in, out, heel, out, hand, parry and punch. Touch, open, extend to the shoulder width before you sit back. Roll up and forward. Sit back, then twist and drop. Open and open. Close and close. Off the ground, embrace the tiger. At the same time, up, rotate, out. Shoulder width first, then drop. Wrap around, heel up, closing form. Okay, so good. Okay, let's find out where we can get better. All right, the last time we addressed maiden works or shuttle, and you were told to practice it once you got home. So what happened to my class? Where's the giant steps forward? And a little bit more. And then we said, a little bit more. We said that we needed to practice maiden because we know that when maiden works her shuttle, she's not doing this. We know that she's not even doing this, okay? But what she is doing is she's coming out and she's using her body and she's doing this. She sits back, she takes an out step. Watch what my hands and my feet are doing. The hand comes out at the same time the heel comes out, and I use my torso to twist around and my hands fall in place. Very different from heel and hands. Very different from heel and hands. I'm only using in the last two cases, I'm only using my upper body, mainly my upper arm and my hands to get to that. And it almost just looks as if it's too dictated or forceful, not smooth and flowing, which is what Tai Chi is all about. So why is Tai Chi flowing and smooth? It's because we're using our hands, we're synchronizing, we're using the force of the body, turning our torso, and making the finishing touches. Okay, so that's what we're working on, not just for maiden, but everything else in all of Tai Chi. Okay, so let's practice and see how our early forms are using our whole body, such as the more depictive way that I just did maiden. How is your body being used to use the whole system rather than just hands in simple movements such as the beginning movements of the 24. Okay, let's do it. Commencing form. Gradually shift the weight to the right. Open. Toe. Not flatten out your feet yet. Everything is slow. Using your whole body. Rotating. Using the back core muscles to bring it up. It's not just hands coming up. It's your mind and your core muscles. Shoulder level, drop your shoulders first. Hands, elbows, and wrists come down. T stance at the same time you hold your ball. When you come out and to the side, you're using the force of your torso, hips, and waist. Out and to the side, energy up from the back foot, coming across, making that serving of the snack. It's not just hands. Sit back all the way till it hurts in the back. Then pivot out. As you shift your weight, you hold your ball for balance. Out and to the side, use that energy to come across to serve the snack and ask yourself, am I in Tai Chi posture? Are you favoring the front? If it is, bring it back. Sit back, twist, shift your weight as you hold your ball, heel, energy up and across, keeping that Tai Chi posture, silk, silver thread, wrist action. So what do I mean by wrist action? Once you serve your snack, use your wrist to offer it, and that's the final touch. Okay? Wrist, twists as if to say, here it is. Half step, hold your ball for more balance. Sit back on your back foot as you spin the ball to the left. Weight on the back to alleviate the weight on your left, to come up, white crane. On its toe, and is your left hand cocked for better balance. Drop your front foot as you bisect your body. Look back and do a spiral at your right hand that's higher. Step out with your heel as you bring it to your ear and turn your face. Bring it, circle around your knee, set it to the side. Sit back all the way. Then pivot. Right hand by your waist, left hand higher. Bring it to your ear, turn your face. Make sure you have a good L stance, bow stance. Sit back, pivot. Backhand higher, bring it to your ear, turn your face. Look out into infinity as you catch that ball in the center. Half step. Sit back. Rock the front foot, play your lute. Keep it there and try to get more stamina and strengthen the back until it hurts a little bit. Drop your front foot, center the front hand, open the hands in both hands, look at the higher hand, bring it to your ear as you steady the right foot to do a backwards motion. Meet in the middle. Then slide back and slide forward. Open both. Lift. Then toe and ear, heel, meet as you pivot. Slide back, slide forward. Open. Lift only when you're steady. Reach out for that toe down. Middle. Repulse. Last one. Middle. Higher on the backhand. Toe and heel, middle, repulse. Now, pivot your right foot, shift your weight, hold your ball. So here's another example of when you shift your weight, you hold your ball for balance. Come out on a good clearance for an L as you move the bottom hand to ward off. Am I doing it right? Good Tai Chi posture, flip and meet. As you pull back, you're sitting back on the back foot, making it all work for you. Then turn, square, then contact push. Separate, roll back, roll up and forward. Now, don't rush this. Sit back, twist, shift your weight, T, hold your ball. All of that happens probably in the same second that I said it. Out and to the side, ward off, energy up and across. Then flip and then meet. Then sit back, and it become more apparent that you're using your whole body to grasp the bird's tail. Otherwise, it's only hands. Roll back, roll forward, even as small as this. The hands come up only because your mind and the rest of your body is making it, not purely hands. Single whip. Now look at yourself. Is your knee and toe in line? Is your back foot 45? There's no buckle in the knee. And is it away from the front foot? Sit back, cup at 12 o'clock. Then open and look at where my hands are. Are your hands of the clock in a bigger face? Not so small, but bigger. So you want to use your hips and your waist and torso. Middle, 12 o'clock. Way over at 9 o'clock, you flip and you meet and you close. So it requires some balancing. But you're staying safe by doing everything in sync. And you know the parameters of the middle and the side extremities, okay? One more. And you're flipping and you're opening at the same time. Closing at the same time. Looking at the hook hand, hooking it nicely, sweeping across your face. Good L stance, bow stance. Are you correct enough to move on? You ask yourself, knees and toes, back leg. No outreached arms so that you have good Tai Chi posture at the head. Half step. Sit back. All the weight in the back will only allow you to open up your palms and sit back. Then shift your weight to the, again, up the mane. So you should dip and then come up. Then cross. The heel comes down as the palms turn down. Balance, cross, and come up together. Then kick. In line. In. Heel comes down away from the back foot. Then look through your double punch and don't rush it. Sit back. When you sit back, everything comes back, so that allows your back foot to pivot. Then up with your foot and crossing your hand to kick out. Hook hand, toe down. Now look at your toe. Is it in line with the heel of your other foot? If it is not, you should correct it. All right, everybody turn this way. Because you're still not getting it. You're coming out like this. You're hooking, and then you're just doing this because you know you want to get to this position. But that's not safe. So remember, I always said you cross or you hold your ball at the same time you're shifting your weight. So you cross, and you shift your weight, and you come up. You kick out. You pull in, hook. Then down. Is your toe in line with your heel? Most of the time, only 5 people get it. And then we're on to the next movement, and nobody really cares. So you have to slow down. You have to check yourself, reevaluate what it is that you're forgetting. But lots of you think you say that you're the 5 people. There may be 30 people here, but only 5 people can do it right. So what is it saying to yourself? That you think you're doing it right, but perhaps you need to take a better look at it. So if this right foot, your right foot like mine, is the stable foot, get the toe of your left foot, drag it across exactly in line, place it down, and that's the position you want. Parallel feet and in line with the heel. I don't see too many people doing it. So root down on your right foot, left foot, put the toe behind the heel, bring it across as straight as you can, and this is where your foot should be. Because why? The toe is in line with the heel when you split. Most of the time, everybody just does anything they want to get to with this position. Most of the time, they're not in line because they know they're thinking ahead too fast. They know that they want to be here because this is where golden cockerel is going to be. But it's screwing up everything else as soon as you make a mistake. So you have to catch it early to not snowball the mistake. So we said, when we hook, we need to come out. So you're going to have to determine where that out is just by feel. But the reason being is that when we're at the middle, we want to be able to pivot on our heel to come out. And if we've done a really good job, if I drag this foot back, it will not clash. This all goes into what we're talking about as early as Tai Chi walk and L stance, bow stance. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not something new, but it's something that was laid on the side and thinking it's more important to get this and then this. But you're missing a really important segment. You need to come out to the in line, down, parallel feet, and sometimes your foot are not parallel. Then you need to pivot to the point where it's going to allow you to make the adjustment in the back for a 45 so that if you drag it back, there is clearance. And a lot of times I see this occurring. This will hurt your knees, okay? This will hurt your knees. So instead of coming out here, you're coming here, and then you're doing this. But if you don't line up that toe to the heel, for sure you're going to get into this wrong position, okay? Can we try what I want you to do, okay? All right. So, yeah, so Ken's saying, go back to Tai Chi walk. Tai Chi walk says when you walk, you always have this clearance. Same thing. You always have this clearance, okay? But remember I said that lots of you have gotten it, but there are others who've gotten it, but it's too close. You need to gradually bring it out. All right, let's look at serpent one more time, okay? So we have a hook hand. We have the other hand that's closer to our body. And the hook hand is not up there. It's not down, way down here. It's right about here at eye level, but slightly to the side. We know that we have to line this eye up, but when we flatten down, the feet have to be parallel. So right away, this cannot occur, and I see a lot of this, and this is a danger area too, okay? So this is your great Tai Chi position. You're gonna drop. When you drop, this left foot comes down. This is midway because the fingers are to the middle or pointing to the ground. When you pivot out a little bit more, so when you make the adjustment in the back foot with a 45, there is clearance. Now you look at your feet and you drag it back without falling. Do you have clearance? If you don't have clearance, then you're going to have to pivot more. So what do I mean? Out, down, pivot more to let your back foot have clearance. Okay? If you pivot more, but the error is too far here and not in line, that's not good either. Okay? So what is Tai Chi saying? Tai Chi is saying, right from the start, try to get it correct, because with successive movements or changes within the movement, it may be crucial, which we know it is crucial, okay? So you can get by with doing an error, especially when you want to keep to the group's rhythm and say we're performing or you're just too lazy to fix it up. But I think we're at a point where that laziness, you need to get off your butt, so to speak, and fix it up, because it's only going to help you in the long run. You're going to have better habits, and you're going to have stronger limbs, stronger joints, which we all kind of worry about. But we don't want to do is, teacher said it's okay, or she never calls my attention to it, so maybe I am doing it okay. But it's a lazy way, easy out. Take a better look at it so that you can save your joints, okay? All right. So when we go to non-instructional tomorrow, when you practice at home, two things. Maiden, for sure. Tai Chi walk, for sure. And then see how it all applies to serpent in the grass, okay? You know, I know you folks very, very well, and we're really, really proud with your accomplishments, because you have accomplished a lot. Plus, you've given us a lot of a longevity, a period of time where you've always come back. But ideally, if you could come to my 9 o'clock or 5:30 class and brush up, or if you cannot come, which I understand, watch the videos, watch the lessons, because that will remind you that you need to do something a little bit better, okay? All right, let's do it in its entirety, and if there's time, we'll pick up one movement. Okay, Yang 16. Commencing form. Open. Rotate. Up. Take a deep breath. Use those muscles. Relax. Shrink down. Hold your ball at the same time. Form your chi. Out and to the side. Watch for that infinity person. Sit back. Out. Hold your ball for better balance. Make sure it's clearly an L stance. Wrist action, here it is. Half step, hold your ball for balance. Sit back on the back foot, raise the left hand, put it down on its toe, white crane. Drop the front foot and bisect. Look back at your left hand. Bring it to your ear, step out. Brush your knee. Stretch out the back leg. Sit back, out, Right hand higher, bring it to your ear, multitask. Brush your knee. Sit back, twist step, fist the right hand, deflect as you pivot, then parry and punch. Remember to look for something you cannot do well. Touch, open your fingers, roll back, roll up and forward. Stretch out that back knee. Pivot on the back, pivot on the front, hook on a T, consolidate, sweep across the face, step out, single whip. Half step, swirl, sit back and rock. Play your lute. Weight on the back. Think about everything you're doing. Drop front, center, front, open. Energy on the back foot as you lift. Toe, heel, ear, meet in the middle, repulse one. Open, energy up, ear, heel, ear, toe, heel. Pivot, two. Think about what you're going to do. Pivot on the front, pirouette as you shift your weight to the back, out with your heel as you hold your ball correctly, out with your heel clearly on an L stance, using your waist to do your shuttle. Sit back, twist in, right hand comes down as a T, right hand goes out as you clearly get an L to shuttle on her right. Bring the left foot back without crossing, half step, and set up the left hand, making sure your right hand is balancing for you. One hand, two hands. Start in the middle, lift up, heel out, hands out. Stretch out that back knee. Sit back, twist, cup, flip. Actually not flip, parameter one, middle. 3 o'clock close. 12 o'clock cup. Way out at 9 o'clock to flip and open. Middle or cup. Flip at 3 and close as you reposition on a T to hold your ball. Out and to the side, clearly in L stance as you ward off. Then gracefully flip and meet as you pull down, pull back, sit back. Then turn and square, then contact only when your hips and waist are in line. Shoulder width to roll back. Up and forward, stretch out that back knee, sit back. Left hand on the bottom as you twist. T stance as you hold your ball. Out and to the side, forearm the opponent. Flip and meet and gracefully bring it down by looking back, turning, squaring, align hips and waist, then contact, push, separate. Just for an experiment, check to see whether your feet are separated. Sit back first, then twist and drop, open and open, close and close. Shift your weight to the left, right hand for safety and across. Right hand on the inside. Rotate, push out. Only at shoulder width away, then you're able to drop. Make yourself small. Really get that image that you're making yourself small. Wrap around, heel comes up, toe comes down, heel comes down, closing form. Okay, so actually we took it slower. The 16 form only takes I want to say no more than 5 minutes, sometimes 4.5 minutes. And we took it slower, and to do something slower, you know it's much more difficult. But you've been with me for a while. Hopefully you do have a little bit more muscle strength than you first started. Hopefully you see the bigger picture, and you can work towards something more challenging. So all of this is about, yes, I know to 24. Yes, I know the 10. And yes, I know at least halfway of my 16. But do you know it as well as you can? That's the question you ask yourself. So another way of saying it is to say, when I do my Tai Chi, am I reaping all the benefits that it has to offer? And you may answer right away to tell me, yes, I feel very confident. I feel very sure of myself. Then the next question to ask yourself is, but is there something that I can do within each movement that can make me refine it and make it smoother? And even if it's as simple as your gaze and where you want it to be, that's going to make you healthier because you're looking outward. You're looking at others rather than inward at yourself. Okay? So all of this is all connected. They're integrated. So if we can get each element and put it to the whole, I think Tai Chi will be more positive to you. And I know you're already on your journey. Okay? So I think that's 5 minutes. You wanna? I say you do need practice. When you start to accumulate new knowledge, some of the beginning knowledge that you first started out with gets left behind because you're concentrating so hard on acquiring. But in doing so, yes, you're acquiring, but it's limiting you to getting full benefits because you forgot about your alignment. That's where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I got to echo the same thing about each of you have an approximation of the sequence and what is supposed to be done. And each is different. So, and how you're going to improve is going to be different. But it's important that what you do is try to not take the whole thing in one bite. You may just take one particular movement and you get an insight either in terms of, is it congruent with Tai Chi posture? Is it congruent with how I should be moving my body? Is it to do with footing? Is it to do with breathing? Is it to do with concentrating on your dantian? Just take one piece at a time. And things come in very slowly. You know, I'll give you an example of what I went through most recently, okay? Grasping the bird's tail. You're like so, and you step out, ward off. When you first do this, it's the old yin and yang. That's number one. And then you put this hand up, and then this hand comes. And it's very easy to just put it this way, do that, and then just come right back. I'll tell you what I see when we do this, okay? And this is, again, getting back to the intention, the martial art. Out, ward off. That's one. Switch position, block. Here, this hand's going to come up and block. But at the same token, this guy comes up here, and he's coming here. He's not coming just to greet this hand, which at one time, that's all I thought it was. Greet the hand and be nice. It's ward off, block, strike, come back, and push, okay? So all of these things, you say, well, I'm not fighting. But again, it's learning the intricate difference in movement. And maybe it's nitpicking, but you do use different muscles to do a particular thing. If you're out this way, here, yin and yang, and then you switch gears, yin and yang again, here, okay? And then you come back, gently. But you're also, at this point, you switched from hitting the opponent to now you say, no, I'm going to just grab him. You grab him and you push him down somehow, whether you've got his arm here and you're going to push his arm, it's going to even help yourself. And what are you doing? Making yourself small. You come from here. You're not just yanking like this, see? You just rock your body. And then you have a solid footing here. You bring it back again, because you're bringing your energy back there, back through the dantian, coming up, turning at a vertical, and then letting your body go out. Disperse the energy. And when you come back, it's not just come back and forward. It's back this way, sit down, use your body. If you sit down and you make yourself small and you sit down, if you're trying to push your opponent down, you're doing this. It takes a little bit more work than just, it's here, down, back up. Because you've developed the power of this back leg to the fullest. And then as you're coming up, you're releasing the energy. You're coming up and forward, using your body. So, you know, that stuff has all little bits and pieces. And that's, you can take every one of the Tai Chi movements and you can look at those little itty bitty pieces. And the guys that are learning to fight, these are just root movements. They're approximations from which they can move off to little, even finer points and see that instead of doing this and just jabbing this way, he might come and just bang, hit you with a punch, just the change of the hand. Those are the things for guys that are into martial arts, fine. But for the rest of us, it's just learning the little intricate maneuvers that go into doing Tai Chi. To me, that's the fun of it. But it takes a long time to even have somebody blow in your ear and tell you that's the way it is, versus you keep doing it. And you finally say, yeah, that's what it is. Look in the mirror. I always tell people, look in the mirror, or look at your, if we take pictures of you, look at how you're doing. Compare what you think you're supposed to be doing by the instruction versus what you are actually doing, and modify them appropriately, okay?